In the heart of downtown Winnipeg is Spirit Horse Initiative, a grassroots organization that is dedicated to community well-being.
Weekly we have a boxing program where we have a lot of justice-involved youth that come through these doors. So we're providing a healthy, safe place where they can learn dedication for themselves. We also have a music studio, helping them with writing, with music production. We also have a land-based program with a sawmill, and then we have a lot of drum making workshops here where the youth can learn how to make their own drum ring and then make their own drums straight from the tree. So those are a few of the programs that we have ongoing right now.
Programs are not confined to the King Street building. This summer they've been hard at work helping those who have been displaced due to wildfire evacuations.
It's a very difficult time for our relatives up north to be displaced from your home and to wonder if your house is going to be standing and all your belongings are good, right? So they come down here and they're put right in the core of Winnipeg. So what I've seen firsthand is a lot of youth, young men wandering around downtown, which is not very safe. I forget what month it was, but we went up to Nelson House. We went up there to do some gang prevention and suicide prevention. We did a drum making workshop up there, so they welcomed us into our community. And when the wildfires happened for them, we just wanted to make sure that we showed the same hospitality when they came to our city. I want to learn how to do that.
Given the circumstances, the crew at Spirit Horse got creative.
Since Spirit Horse opened their doors, when the fire season comes, we try to actively engage. In times past, it's been more focused on clothing donations and trying to provide resource for the people that have been displaced. This year, we changed that a little bit, where we provided the programs, where we would go to the Leela Soccer Complex with our music equipment, where the kids or the participants could come and use that equipment. And, you know, it's providing a little bit of a break, a pause from all the chaos. And I think if you can do that, you know, you're not really, you're kind of band-aiding the situation a little bit, and sometimes a band-aid helps.
It was good to see the kids like come out of their shell a bit and like something new. Like I said, a lot of, this isn't stuff you see every day. So you bring like an NPC like this, where they can bang on the pads and make drums and learn a little bit about rhythm and how to program stuff. You could see it took them away for a bit.
So we would mobilize all our music, all our boxing, we would all go out there. And if they weren't participating in the programs that we were offering, then we would be creative with what we have with our access to resource. Last week, we took 40 Nelson House community members out to the zoo for the day. So yeah, it's a matter of just us assembling with what we have here at 288 King and then bringing it to the Nelson House fire evacuees and all the evacuees that have been affected by these wildfires. So again, we're dynamic. We offer more than just the boxing, the music, and the land-based programming. So it's really, we just use our ears a lot of the times too. We listen to the community members on what they want and what they need.
Visual artist Dan Cardinal McCartney hails from Fort McMurray, Alberta. He recently came to the Urban Shaman Art Gallery here in Winnipeg to present his latest exhibit, Little Fires.
The central theme for me has been the fire, the Fort McMurray wildfire of 2016. It's called the Beast. That's what the locals called it. It was a man-made fire. The cause of the fire is not known. And there's something about that that feels very horror movie-esque, that there's just this unknown. And the relationship between colonization and what has happened to the land, to me, feels very present walking around the trees and just seeing the entire devastation. So that's what really inspired this 3-channel video installation. Because in Fort McMurray, there's only one way in, one road, and one way out. And that also played a role in how people, including my family, escaped the fire. So it definitely changed my perception of what home was, but also the resiliency of my people, my community, my friends and family. People are still living there, making their lives there. So that's what really inspired this installation. I took words from the Book of Dene, certain chapters, and it was originally taken from Dene into French and translated to English and was published in 1971. And for me, I took some of the words and I kind of scrambled them all up together, and it was very eerily easy to write that poem, which is the words and what I'm saying in this film. And I really felt that my ancestors really were talking, I don't want to sound too cheesy, but really talking through what I was putting down. And so again, those words and those images really came through, and it was the film aspect for me that it just had to happen. And it coincided when I was going home to Fort Chip again for the first time. So it felt pretty intuitive.
For McCartney, this exhibit wasn't just about art, it was about healing.
Sometimes when you have a video camera or just on your phone, can make that distance between what you're actually seeing, such as like going back to Fort Chipewyan for the first time as an adult and seeing the residential school that my family went for 100 years, or just seeing the burnt down trees of a place that you and your family have lived on since time immemorial. For me, it helped process those emotions. It helped create that distance, but it also helped me in the way that it's not just on a nature documentary that you'll see all the changes in the land. You're seeing it from First Nations, Métis, Two-Spirit perspective of what's going on. It's that really that self-healing that really happens creating this film. In the Book of Dene, the chapters that I chose, a lot of them were from the men's perspective telling their stories, but there was a lot of women's perspectives that came out too. And so in terms of this Little Fires exhibition, I took a lot of both genders and all genders. The pronouns change up quite a bit, so the perspective changes. So I hope as a Two-Spirit person, I bring some of that duality of gender. There was a young person that came out to the Two-Spirit community dinner last night talking so excited about film, and that's so great to see. And it was so great meeting people from Winnipeg who are part of the community. So yeah, it's been really lovely. I hope that this can inspire Indigenous Two-Spirit and non-Two-Spirit youth to just pick up a camera, maybe their old dad's camera that I was using in this exhibition, or even their phone, and just go out on the land and make a fun film with their partner, which I did, or their best friend. So.
He also plans to translate the exhibit into his native language.
I would also love to get this translated into Dene, to go back to original words of my ancestors, my family, and I think it would involve a lot of community consultation and getting to know my family even more, and have it not necessarily accessible to people who don't speak Dene as well. I think some things are cultural, and I think that should be okay. You know, that after everything that was taken away, I think there's that act of refusal that can be quite important and very beautiful in a sense. I hope that this can bring up conversations of acts of refusal, not giving too much, choosing how much you talk about certain things, but also open the doors for people to start thinking about these themes of coming back to your own and reconnecting as well.
To keep up with his works, you can follow him at Dan Carr Cardinal on Instagram, or through Stride Gallery out of Calgary, Treaty 7, where he co-directs.
It's a proud day, and it's just amazing to see these women come together and to announce something that's of such significance for our community and the broader Indigenous community. We will have the ladies here at the table speak shortly, but I do want to acknowledge that not only are these mighty Indigenous matriarchs, they are mighty Indigenous matriarchs from every level of government of the land. And isn't that something, right? This was something that we hoped for in the future, but now it's here today. So give a round of applause for them all.
This day really is significant, so thank you, and thank you to the ladies that are here. As someone who lives here and works in this community, it really is powerful to witness this work. The strength of our people is something that we see every day, and today's groundbreaking event is a reflection of that strength. It's a step towards something better, a safer, more supportive future for Red River Métis women and families. This isn't just a ceremony, it's a shift. It's a transitional housing facility that will offer women and families a place to live, to heal, to grow, and to do that right here. It's a place to recover and to start again after facing violence and hardship. Healing circles, mental health support, help with addictions, guidance from elders, and life skills that help people move forward. These supports are grounded in culture and community. They're built around what people actually need to feel safe and strong again. This initiative is exactly what is needed to support those seeking refuge and escaping violence. It's a place to begin again. Supports like these, whether it's healing, counseling, or cultural connection, they will help bring women back to what is important, reminding them how important and precious they are as the centerpiece of every family. So this initiative is also a direct response to the calls for justice from the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls. It's action. It's one of the ways communities are working together to end the crisis and address the deep harms that affected Indigenous women, girls, and to us LGBTQ+ people for generations. The project carries the spirit of Bring Me Home. That message is powerful. It speaks to the need to return to safety, to family, to identity. It's a promise to walk alongside people as they find their way back home. So today's groundbreaking news shows what's possible when we have people working together, when we have women leading at the heart of these important initiatives. So thank you again to the Infinity Women Secretariat, the Manitoba Métis Federation, the Government of Canada, and the Government of Manitoba. It also shows the strength of our women, Red River Métis women. They're the heart of our families and the strength of our communities. So thank you, and miigwech, everybody.
On behalf of Women and Gender Equity, as the Minister for Women and Gender Equity, we had a meeting, I don't know, maybe last year. And Minister Campbell and her team shared the vision of this much needed transitional housing for Manitoba for Métis women. And I knew as soon as she started that I knew that we would be a partner in that and that we would allocate dollars from Women and Gender Equity. And two things happened that I was like, oh yeah, no, for 100% this is happening. One was that when Anita was starting to share about the transitional housing and what they've been doing up until that point and some of the dollars that they have, and then she mentioned to me, she said, we're looking at secondhand furniture to be able to furnish the transitional housing units. And I said, absolutely not. Our women deserve the best. Our women deserve the best. And so I knew that we were going to partner in respect of dollars to be able to buy the furniture for the transitional housing. You know, to me, in my mind, as minister and also as an Indigenous woman, like gone are the days where we accept the scraps. We deserve the best. And this is the best. This is an example of what Métis women deserve and what we deserve as a community. This is the best, and our women deserve the best. The second thing that was shared with me, and then I was like, oh yeah, like I'm super in, was that eventually there's going to be chickens on the ground or something. As soon as you mention chickens, I'm like, yeah, we are in for $350,000. And so I'm very proud to say our contribution to phase 1 is in the amount of $350,000. I want to just share this very quickly. I don't want to take up too much time because we have so many other amazing speakers. Our commitment here is a reflection that we are currently in a time when we are seeing more and more attacks on women and women's rights and the infrastructure that we need as women to be safe and to be empowered and contribute to our liberation. We see that all over. And we see governments taking step backs from concrete commitments to empowering women, in particular Indigenous women. I'm very, very proud, and Minister Smith and I are very, very proud to be a part of a government whereby not only are we wholly rejecting that, but we are putting money where our mouth is.
When Minister Campbell came to us and brought this project, we were ecstatic over the roof. This is something that, we had no hesitation in saying yes to. My first relationship was a gender-based violence relationship. And when I was looking to get out of that relationship, there wasn't a lot of supports. And when I did find those supports, it was folks that helped lift me up, that helped support and get me back into school, that helped me on a road of transformation. And when I look at this project and I look at the places and spaces that are being created, and I look at the new furniture that's going to be in this place, the love that's going to be poured into this place, and the supports that are going to be put into this place and space. I just think of all these families that are going to be going through here, and the cycles that are going to be broken, and the lives that are going to be changed. And it's all because of the partnerships. It's the partnerships with the federal government, with the Red River National Government, with the provincial government. And it takes all of us. It takes our community, and our community is standing up. Never before have we seen what we're seeing today. And people are, coming to the table, and they're saying, we want to see different. We want to be a part of change. We lift each other, we mentor each other, we support each other, and that's what it's about. We have to help create those footsteps so others can help be in those spaces. And sometimes, things happen along the way, and places like this help create those spaces where we can help make those footprints deeper so that they can get to where they need to be.
I want to talk about the importance of partnership. We're here to work together as Indigenous governments, the Red River Métis government, the federal government, the provincial government. So we're here to make history. And this will be the first transitional Red River Métis woman center that we have, and that's just the beginning. So you look at our childcare centers. We built 10 childcare centers. During COVID, we understood the importance of childcare centers. Because if we didn't have childcare centers, how can doctors go to work? How can nurses go to work? How can the RCMP go to work? How can we go to work to provide programs and services at our small communities? So not only did we build 10 childcare centers, we hired local contractors, local Red River Métis owners contractors, and we worked with N4 and Manitoba Housing from the Indigenous Red River government. That's who we worked with. We built the community while everyone was taking a rest. And when COVID was over, we had our centers open. We had our first grand opening with Little Infinity. Now we're going to have a grand opening here. We're going to have our own childcare center under Infinity Lumen. And the ELCC Department, Red River Métis government, is committing $4 million to assist with the childcare center that's going to be in the site. So it's us that's leading the way. It's the women that are leading the way, and I want to thank everyone for all their work, all their partnerships.
The beautiful thing about this project, it's a project designed by women for women. I may be a man, but I take my direction from the women, believe me, I do. And I think the wraparound services that they've incorporated into this transition center are absolutely phenomenal. The women that will be going to the center are going to be treated like royalty. And to quote Minister Nahani, when she said secondhand, there's nothing secondhand about this transition center, I can tell you that. It's world class, first class.
I want to begin also by recognizing these amazing women and men that is sitting at the front. Without their involvement, without their support and encouragement, because I think people could have the best ideas, but if you don't have that support and encouragement, you'll stop. And so for me, my heart is full today because of your words. I love you all. So thank you so much for supporting not me, but our Infinity Women Secretariat members, because we also represent and have the voice of, with their blessing, is the 2S LGBTQ community. And so we want to make sure that when we talk about this transitional housing, it's not only about our women, but it's a part of our 2S LGBTQ members also. So I just wanted to thank you all for being here today and for being part of the groundbreaking. This building is not about the building. It's about the women that are coming into the building. So for me, it's when we started even the discussion around it, it was around, we did a probe research survey and we continue doing them every year.
Why? Because we want to know what our women think. I want to know what they want, what they need, what are some of their ideas. So we do this every year. We sit down with Probe, we create this survey, and we do this with them. Part of what the results of the survey that we did in 2021, and that's where this started. I brought it to the cabinet meeting. So I'm on the agenda as a standing item on our agenda for the cabinet meetings. And one of the things I get to do is do a report on IWS and all the amazing work that we're doing. I brought that Probe Research survey to hand out and to share. In that survey that year, 88% of our women had experienced some form of family of violence, whether it was physical, mental, financial, emotional. They 88% of the women, and it was over 800 women that responded to our survey. So 88% of them had experienced some form of violence. President Chartrand, and he wanted to be here today, but he wanted this to be, and he said this to me this morning, this is your event. This is about Infinity Women's Secretariat, and it's about your members and our matriarchs and our Métis women. This is what this is about today. And he said, I send my care, my love, and my support to your event and to this initiative that we have. It was him at that meeting that brought it up. So what are you gonna do about it? And I talked about the workshops and things that we were doing. And he said, I think you should try to get some kind of housing for them, a shelter, something. They had asked us for a safety homes, like to do safety, like a place of safety in their communities, but we all know small communities, everybody knows where everybody lives, everybody knows everybody's houses, so there's no way to do a safety home in a community because everybody knows everything. So we started looking into it. He said, you have to look at some kind of housing for these women. That's where this dream started in 2021. Because he said, no matter what, go chase the money. I don't know why people always tell me that. Go chase the money and we will have your back and we will support you. Whatever you need, we will support you. And so that's what I took. So, and that's why these 3 levels of government, the feds, Canada, the province, Manitoba, I mean, we're all on the same page with this project. Why? Because it's for the women, it's for the families, and it's for those communities. Because nobody wants violence in any place, nowhere. This transitional housing is to provide that support, that care, that understanding in a cultural setting, because we want to share our culture with them that come there, everyone. It's going to provide wraparound services. It's going to have 10 bedrooms in it on phase 1, but this place is not about them coming to stay there. It's not. It's for us to have daily contact with them. It's for us to provide. Number 1 concern for me was security. I wanted them to feel safe. So we focused on security. We want them to be able to come and stay with us, and they stay with us for a maximum of 2 years. That's the length of time we have to work with them, both physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. We want them to leave there whole. Our plan is for us to work with them, to be there for them on a constant, so that they can leave whole. They can take their family, feel safe, know their path, know where they're going to end up, because that's our goal. We want to provide them some life skills. We want to provide them with probably too many workshops, too much counseling, too much supports, and we are having chickens. We also are having a garden. We're going to have gardens there and different things, because we also want to make sure that those life skills are important for them when they leave. So this transitional housing is so many more things than 10 apartments. It's more than that. It's for them to build their own community. And so we've called this a community of care, because for us, that's what this is about. It's a community of care not only for our women, but for our communities. Today, we don't just break ground on a building, we break ground on new possibilities, new hope, and new futures for our women and our families. Thank you so much.
1, 2, 3, shovel!
Just throw it.
No.